Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Soft Engineer K here, and we've got some pretty cool stuff to go through. We're going to be touching on the new drop that's happening this Thursday, as well as a little bit of insight into the artists behind it as well. I found some pretty cool stuff. We're also going to be touching a little bit on exactly why Ecomi has had delays, specifically with OMI to Gem, just because some people don't understand that. Um, and we also had the interview with VeVe Wiki and Reese. There was one point that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'll link the original interview below. And we'll also be wrapping up with our daily price analysis as well. So without further ado, we'll go straight into Twitter. There is this competition that was going on, a poll on Altcoin Daily. So which NFT crypto has the most passionate community? Ecomi is currently winning by majority vote, actually. Have a look. It's got 8 hours left, so drop a vote on there. That would be pretty cool. If Ecomi can beat Superfarm and Decentraland, to be honest, I reckon Ecomi will win anyway. It seems to have a pretty good community. And sticking on Twitter now, we have the drop. So this is the Dragon Gale. This is by Tokidoki. And I will touch a little bit more on this in a second. I was scrolling down and I came across someone who I think this guy has literally been spamming the same thing on every single post. This Nine Bavaro guy, and he basically said, "Can't wait till the day you'd be honored to mark your words from your official email that is now almost a month old." I think what he was saying is, "Can't wait till the day till you honor your commitment." They said that they were going to have OMI to Gem now. I just want to clarify exactly why they had the delay. So, firstly, they have the code for OMI to Gem there. It's always been there. They used to have it, but they removed it. And for those who don't know, they have the code for gems to OMI as well. That is there. I've seen it myself. I'm not going to specify exactly how, just because it wasn't myself who found it. Someone else shared it with me. But the main point is that the reason why they took it off initially is they weren't expecting 250,000 users. They were expecting 15,000. And the OMI to Gems, the way that works is it uses they have this system running on a separate API. Now, an API, your application has to make calls to it, and it will return back some data. And what essentially happens is if you have too many requests calling one API, then you're going to essentially get, throttling of the API. It's going to have issues. You might get corruption of data. All sorts of things can happen. You might get something known as a socket exhaustion. So essentially, what they had to do is they had to optimize the API for handling a high volume of requests. And the reason why this specifically they had to prioritize this is OMI to Gems, that is people's crypto holdings, that's their money. If it was like, they were calling, I don't know, some profile of an NFT, whatever. If that doesn't load correctly, it's not end of the world. You probably just have to refresh your page and wait. Sometimes you get like the loading thing and you can't see the images of the store. That's not the end of the world. But if there's an issue where you either lose money or gain money by accident, that is a huge issue to fix, and they can't take that risk. So they have to plan ahead. They have to take into consideration all of these edge cases where, hey, these transactions, these are extremely vital to people's accounts. We need to ensure that this is done correctly and tested thoroughly. It's fine if they have completed the code. The code was always there. It's just ensuring it goes through enough stress testing that it works correctly. And this is the issue, right? People who aren't in tech, they won't know that. If you're not in tech, but you're interested in learning about it and informing yourself, then that's good. But then you get some people who aren't in tech and they're not interested in informing themselves. They just constantly want to complain on every chance they get, which also goes to my other point. So people who do love complaining, Dan C on the official VeVe Discord, he's created this channel called Venting, which is pretty much right now filled with, when big announcement, when rich, venting about VeVe. People just need a place to vent. So I think this is a pretty good channel. It is a bit spammy right now, but that is there as well. Now, on the point of Tokidoki, so it's pretty cool. Simone Legno, he has shared VeVe's post. He's given them a proper shout out on his page. David Yu has also liked this as well. And he said specifically that it's because NFT, in terms of NFT platforms, VeVe is carbon neutral, and this is a big point. Now, the guy who did the Darwin Cook Batman, Darwin Cook, his wife had him kind of stop building NFTs for VeVe because she was concerned about the impact on the environment. And other NFT platforms, they are not carbon neutral. So this is going to have VeVe with a very good selling point, because nowadays people, portfolio managers, for example, when they invest into stocks, they do actually have carbon footprint as an indicator. So I think this is pretty cool, that now we're starting to get more shouts, because people were asking, why do the partners of Ecomi, why do they not also shout Ecomi? But that seems to be happening. We had it with Cryptozoic, and now we also have it with Tokidoki. So I think moving forwards, that will be part of their kind of marketing plan. And also on that point, we had this shared by the official VeVe Collectibles Instagram as well. So they shared this character, and I've seen this before, and the name of this character came up in a demo app was Greg Capullo. I'll show you who that is in a second, but basically this caught my attention is where it says customizable. We know that NFTs will be customizable, so I think this is pretty cool that they have specified that, because we know that they are interactive. They will be limited edition, shareable, etc. But the customizable part hasn't been properly confirmed. They have said in Ask Me Anything that they want that to be there, but it's good that they've kind of got that in official marketing material as well. And Greg Capullo, I had a look at what character that was. Surprisingly, an actual DC character doesn't come up, but who does come up is one of the artists for DC, and he's done art for Spawn as well, which is pretty cool. And we can have a look if we click into his original artwork for DC. You can kind of see, oh, this is pretty cool. Why is it $7,000? But you guys can kind of see his artwork here. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, on the point of Tokidoki, I did also want to share this video with you guys. So this is Simone Legno's showroom, and there's something I was talking about called the Ecomi effect. And when I watched this, I actually kind of wanted to go out and buy some Mermicornos, which is, it's not something that I would ever thought I would do. But, just have a watch of this video.
One of the characters we are focusing recently is the Mermicorns. Mermicorns is a newcomer that came after one of our iconic properties, which is unicorn. And then, I made a mix up between, like a mermaid and a unicorn, and so there is like this marine creature. And then a little bit the inspiration came from the Greek and Roman mythology, where there is, half horses and half fishes that are like the ride of the Neptune, the god of the seas and water. And and it's very present in many statues in Rome, which is my hometown. So here we have a few of the Mermicorno. This one is Gelatina. I like it very much. I like the colors, and I like the hair accessory, which is a jellyfish. It's nice, transparent. I like the jellyfish. And then I like jellyfish because it's beautiful, gentle, but it's a sort of a scary kind of creature. Then this is Cora. Probably is my favorite as for color, because coral is such a beautiful element in the sea. And then there is this one is Tropica. So everything is very like sea-related colors, and I wanted to do something more related to some exotic places where famous for the sea. So this one has more these tropical colors and fruitsy kind of color palette.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, moving onwards, I did also want to touch a little bit on VeVe Wiki's interview with Reese. Now, I don't want to, show too much of the interview. I don't want to detract from the video. I will share this in the link below, so do check it out. Watch the whole thing. Like I say always, just try and get yourself as informed as possible. But I did want to share one point that I found was pretty cool, pretty important. So I'll share this with you guys.
Had we had a smaller user base and not needed to re-engineer everything. But now that we've moved across to new databases, we've got all the systems in place that seem to be working much more efficiently. We'll start to roll out those developments. So the first one is in this next week. I think it's already been pushed to Android, and we'll wait for it to be live on iOS in the next week or so. But updates to those auction rules, because unfortunately there's been a lot of pains in the bum just spamming bids and ruining people's auctions. So first and foremost, new accounts will be restricted. You won't be able to participate in an auction for 72 hours. Then before long, you'll need, say, 10 gems as escrow.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Reese, he's taken his suggestions on board. Quite a few of us were passing suggestions to him with regards to reducing fake bidders. So now we've got something pretty cool. The first phase is going to have 72 hours period where new accounts cannot join a marketplace. If you do submit bids, you're going to have to escrow your gems as well, which is, I think they should have done this from the start, but it's good that they have taken feedback on board and they've made changes. And this just puts more faith and more confidence in the project. The fact that they're willing to listen and adapt to the community, and the fact that they're doing it quite fast as well, because they have a huge roadmap. Things go wrong, but they're still delivering every week. I haven't seen any stagnation. Compare this to other projects where, they don't even have a product. It is literally a coin where they've copied and pasted someone else's code base. They've released it and they've given away coins to other YouTubers to promote it for them. And then off the back of, the hype that other YouTubers generate, they basically dump their coins, and the code base is never ever updated because there is no product. It's literally coins that you buy and hold. And I can list you so many because I've had, projects contact me to, promote it as well. But I wouldn't promote something that I don't believe in personally. Now, on the last point, I will share this video below in the link. But on the last point, I did want to wrap up with our daily price analysis. So it is interesting. Now, if I zoom in, I'm going to extend this support line that I drew before. And okay, and we're on the hourly chart, so I think this is fine. If we zoom in now, we are currently just bouncing around this support range, but you can see the wicks are pretty volatile. We're going way above, we're going way below, and we're currently going through a transition period where whales are dumping their tokens and normal retail investors are buying it up. That's what's happening right now. And the reason I can confirm that is the number of unique OMI addresses has been increasing exponentially whilst the price has been going down. And all successful projects, this is what happens to them, is you have initially whales who slowly dump, and then you get people who buy in, and then over time that project, more of the market will be captured by it and it will grow eventually, especially in the face of things like changing regulations. I'm very, very confident on regulations knocking out a lot of the scammy projects that people are investing in right now, because they don't meet the criteria for these regulations, especially with government bodies coming down on these exchanges. Now, if you go to the 4-hourly chart, you can see we dropped down to this range and we sat on this support here. I believe, either one bit of good news, we will come straight back up to this point here, and then we'll break and retest above the 0.5 cent range. What was that? 0.54, 0.55 cent range. That is pretty much definitely going to happen, because we know that on Ecomi side, or the exchange stuff, the licensing stuff, that stuff is done. They're just waiting on their counterparties to confirm things and get everything done on their side. And Reese has said this before, in the world of exchanges, the world of licensors, things move slowly. They're not in a position to make demands because they're working with them. These licensors, these exchanges, they're not working for Ecomi. So you just have to remember that, because at the end of the day, you just have to trust the process. I've when I was new to crypto, I kind of chased the hype, and it never works out in the end. You will get some people who are lucky, but that's gambling. That's not a reproducible process. So you just have to remember that and keep that in mind. But that's pretty much everything I want to go through today with you guys. Please do like and subscribe to support the content. I'll keep you guys updated. We should be hearing some good stuff this month, so keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.